beautiful people, welcome back to our YouTube channel and thank you so much for joining the channel today. So guys, in this video I'm going to talk about two things. So please, if you intend to move to Europe, especially Italy, in 2024 September or maybe October 2025 or September 2025, just stay tuned and watch this video till the end because it's so important. This is coming because of some questions I have been receiving on my YouTube comment sections and other platforms, and I think it's important for people to understand. Now remember, I said I'll be talking about two things. The first one is about migrating with family to Italy, and the second one is about a document that you need to collect from officials before you can migrate to Italy. Now let's talk about the first one, which is about moving with family to Italy. Unlike Portugal, Austria, Finland, right, Canada, and so many other countries like the Netherlands and maybe Denmark, can I move to Italy with my family if I am going for a study program, or if I am going as a bachelor's, a master's, or PhD candidate or student to study in any Italian university? This is the first question. Now let me answer the question. If you are moving to Italy as a bachelor's degree student, there is no way you can carry your family along when you are moving to Italy. The only thing you can do is to finish your study program, then get a 1-year postgraduate work permit, because when you finish a program in Italy, you'll be given a 1-year term to look for a job. When you get a job, you can now apply for what is called a job contract. Anyways, the employer will give you. Then after that, you can now invite your family to join you using the family reunion visa, because there are other documents you need to provide to the authorities before they can give your family that visa. I hope you understand. There are many things to put into consideration. Now, if you studied a master's program, can you equally bring your family to Italy? No, the answer is no. You cannot bring your family to Italy if you are moving with a visa to go and study a master's degree program. I hope you understand. Yeah, but what you can do is, after the master's program is over, you will be given a 1-year postgraduate work permit to look for a job. If you eventually find a job within this 1 year, you can now invite your family. Since you have a job, you can invite your family and supply the other documents or requirements you need then to the embassy. Then a visa can be given to them. This is how you go about this thing. Now let's talk about PhD. Can you bring your family to Italy with a PhD program? Let's say you are going for PhD. Can you take them along? Yes, you can bring your family over to Italy if you are a PhD student, if you have a visa. Now the reason is because if you are going for research, the reason is because they consider PhD to be a longer duration. Okay, while some other countries don't follow the same procedure like I explained before, but Italy does not allow that except it's for PhD and research. Now also understand that if you want to bring your family to Italy, you have to get some requirements, and it's so important. You have to check that from the Italian embassy's website. That is the first thing you should know, and I think it's so important for you to put this into consideration. Now let's take a look at the next question. The next question was, what is DO? There was a video I did, and a follower came to that video and asked what DO is and how does it go, what is the use and stuff like that. And I'm surprised, but anyways, it's fine. I'll explain again. Now there is a document, they call it DOF. The DOF is called Declaration of Value. All right, this declaration of value, you have to do the document like you take your certificates and you change them at the end of the ministries to the embassy, so that your embassy can actually understand that these documents you have, they are equivalent. You can use them somehow. They are equivalent to, let's assume that you have a bachelor's degree or master's. They will now check if that certificate is actually equivalent to an Italian master's. I hope you understand. Now, so the DOF is declaration of value, and its importance is you have to evaluate it. Okay, you have to evaluate it, then take it to the ministry. That's the evaluation. Now you take it to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Education, Foreign Affairs for Nigerians, Then after that, you carry to the Italian embassy. After they have verified the document, they have authenticated it, you now carry it to the Italian embassy. All right. For other nationalities, the procedure might not be the same. Now, remember, the DOF is talking about, or the DOF means certificate of compatibility. But for Cameroonians, this is for Cameroonians only. Remember, I said DOF is a name called declaration of value. You want to get them to declare your certificate that is equivalent to something you can use in Italy. I hope you understand, because you didn't obtain the certificate in Italy, you obtained it in your home country, and you now want to move to Italy. They need to know if that certificate is actually their standard. So that is what they will get for you. If you do declaration of value, it will give you just the compatibility. There is something called verification as well. Now, this is for you Cameroonians. For us Cameroonians, Nigerians, this is not for you, but I believe Cameroonians can easily get it. Nigerians can equally do it as well. Okay, there is no limit. But if you do not want to do DOF, and I will advise you to do what is called CIMEA, CIMEA. Now, go to Google and type this CIMEA. That is called CIMEA. Now, this CIMEA is the verification and the compatibility together. So they must do this thing and give you the document. For you to apply for a visa to Italy, the embassy must see this document. They must see it. Yes, it is needed. So for Cameroonians, please go immediately and do your verification and legalization at the level of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs before you carry these documents to the embassy. You are not even going to the embassy. You are going to just check online. All right, type CIMEA on Google and see how to create an account, how to go about it. It's some sort of online verification, because if you want to go to the embassy or VFS, it will take a long time to come. I hope you understand. Check DOF and do it, and check CIMEA and do it. This is just the background of this video. Now, to those who are saying that can they get jobs, of course there are student jobs abroad, and I want to tell you one thing I've noticed. Do not depend on people discouraging you and telling you, oh, Italy is one of the strongest countries in Europe in terms of GDP, but just now it has been undergoing some little issues, which the GDP is dropping. But Italian universities are not expensive. Yeah, there is a University of Padua which is even open now. And how much is the University of Padua? 2,800, or is it 2,900? It's not even up to, I guess. So please put all of this into consideration. Trento University, the University of Trento, is also open and accepting application. What about Sapienza? These are top universities, not to talk of Bologna, which is the first in Italy, or Politecnico di Milano. Please put all of them into consideration and apply as fast as possible. Remember, I talked about DOF, and I talked about if you want to relocate to Italy with your family. So I believe this is going to help somebody. They have to authenticate them. They have to translate. In fact, just check the procedure and see. The reason why I'm insisting that you should check now is because it's going to take you a lot of time, a lot. So you have to do this so that when you are your admission letter comes out, you can then start your visa application. But sometimes to do this CIMEA verification, some schools will request that you get your admissions offer letter from the school before you can do the verification. Sometimes when you don't have your offer letter, you cannot proceed. So just check and see what to do. But remember, this is for master's students, and of course we hope that everything will be good and you'll succeed. Thank you so much, guys. Till we meet again in another one. Share this video so that somebody somewhere can benefit from this information. However, we are going to be looking at the question someone sent to me. All right, I don't know. I think this is from my Instagram handle. However, let's talk about it. Let's just talk about it. The person wrote, how can I swap to a cheap education? I am in Canada already, and I am at Cape Breton University, Sydney, Nova Scotia. Okay, this person is already in Canada studying, and according to what he wrote, he is at Cape Breton University in Sydney. This university is located in Sydney, Nova Scotia. Now, let's address this. You are already in Canada, and according to him, the school is expensive, so he cannot pay. Okay, bro, I will advise you to apply for another cheap option. But things you should put into consideration is you have to go back to IRCC. Okay, you must go back to IRCC. You must pass through IRCC before you can get it, because already you applied to study at Cape Breton University. So the first thing you need to do is to apply for admissions. That's the first thing. When you apply for admissions now, the next thing you need to do, because you want to change your university, right? You are in a state university, you want to change your university. So when you apply for admissions, but even before you apply for the admissions, make sure you are applying for a school that is found in this particular province, Nova Scotia, because you applied initially as a visa. Your system, if IRCC check your system now, they are going to know that you are studying in this school in Nova Scotia. That's point number one you should know. Don't change the province to avoid complications later on, because you have to send your admissions letter back to IRCC to inform them that you actually changed your university. Okay, so if you apply to another school, maybe in Nova Scotia, that's excellent. But don't change the province because it might affect you. Okay, now when you apply, get the offer letter, tell IRCC there is a place. Go to IRCC, go to the student visa or residence permit option section. You are going to find a place where you can write IRCC. You are going to find information on how you can change your program when you are already in Canada, right? Then they will ask you for some details, the present school, the previous school, and stuff like that. But make sure you are not owing tuition fee, because you cannot even owe them. If you owe them, you cannot change anything. Because remember, the reason I'm saying you should go and inform IRCC after you've gotten your admissions is because IRCC need to now indicate in their system that you swap your education. Otherwise, it will affect you. If you don't tell them and you just got your letter, you just go and start studying somewhere else, it would affect you later on when you want to get PGWP and when you want to get PR. Remember, you still have to go back to IRCC and apply for all of these things. And they will be taking into account where you studied, and you have to show them evidence of your certificate. So if you are changing this, you have to check for the cheap school, apply for it, but make sure you are applying to a university, not a college, because you went into a university. And after you apply, make sure you contact IRCC to discuss further. They might just swap your permit. They might just indicate from their system. You understand? So it depends on them, but make sure you indicate to IRCC so that they should be aware. I wish you all the best, brother, till we meet again.